And the take-home message.
Speed and take chances. That's what I tell all my friends.
Dog vlog. Hello, doggy.
Stay.
What kind of dog is it?
Briard.
Did you hear that? Do you know? Guys, anyone? Anyone have a dog like that? I think he's beautiful. Is it a he or she?
He.
He's beautiful.
Stay. Good boy.
Alright guys, so we're on the way to meet up with Laird Hamilton. We got a lot on our plate right now, and we're just gonna, this is on the top of the list of priorities. But I was gonna fill you in on what happened to me last night. I got sick. Like, I was lying in bed, I was hugging the toilet, and then Daniel has this little thing, yeah, I'm talking in third person now. I have this little thing where it's really hard for me to puke. Like, if I'm puking, then there's something really messed up. So I was over the toilet last night, dry heaving in a way, nothing was coming up. I don't know if it was a sea urchin or, you know, there's a lot of, who knows what actually happened. Maybe it was a strong case of jet lag. But I actually never puked. Timothy actually laid in bed and prayed with me. He prayed for me, and I actually really felt, I'm just going to give it to the power of prayer because I feel 100 times better last night. I felt like 50 times better at 2:30 a.m. I woke up. I almost couldn't go back to sleep. So this has been a wacky few days for us, but we were just talking about in the car, like, how we should all be so thankful that, like, you feel good right now, that you can function and that you don't have a stomach ache, or some people have stomach aches all their lives, like, you know, they have permanent diseases or permanent ailments, and it's where it's so bad where it debilitates them, whether it's like cancer or heart disease, or, and I just want, for anyone that's like healthy and maybe thinking, oh, I don't feel so good today, or like, I'm not that happy, just be thankful and grateful that you can walk and you can breathe and you can just function, because that is powerful. It's so easy to take for granted. I think we talked about this the other day. Anyone else have anything to add on to that? Well, I'm just back here just talking to myself and talking to your friends. Was that a good talk or no? I don't even know. I'm just feeling passionate. I was gonna eat. I bought some bison I was gonna try to get like crazy this morning, but I didn't feel like eating crap, so I'm just drinking some raw milk and coffee back here. On the way to meet Laird and Gabby, guys. Laird and Gabby might be watching this and like, wow, these guys, they're really pumped up about this. You're like probably watching this like, today's what, Thursday? Say Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
So they're probably like watching this like Saturday, and they're like, oh wow, this is what these guys were doing before coming here. And now they're like, and now they're talking about us right now like this, and now they're kind of like laughing and chuckling, and we're just gonna be best friends.
So, you know, here we are, we're on the way to meet Laird Hamilton and Gabby Reece at their house to do some underwater training. And I haven't thought too much about this. Gabby, I know Gabby's like an established like Olympic volleyball player. She's awesome and done some like Playboy stuff. I don't know. She's like a beautiful wife.
She's great.
And Laird Hamilton I know a bit about, but I don't know that much about these two, except that they've set out to do something in their lives and they've done it, and that they're doing it very well at the top of the game, and the game is tough. And I am just stoked to meet these two right now. Like, I can't wait to meet them and see who they are, you know, to get a glimpse into their lives for a few hours.
I'm gonna start Googling them. Maybe I'll learn a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know much either. Especially, I know Gabby has like some workout DVDs. Actually, BenjiMan.
Yeah.
BenjiMan's in LA right now, meeting up with Troy Casey, the certified health nut, who indirectly set this up for us. Thank you, certified health nut, and I hope you and Benji are having a great time. But Benji's wife, Judy, from It's Judy's Life, loved her too. She used Gabby Reece's workout DVDs for pregnant women. This is full circle.
Yeah, a lot of people out there think the certified health nut's a bit nutty, and he is. You are, Troy. Alyssa, you're going pretty fast around these curves. But he's a freaking man. That guy's doing things. You know, Albert Einstein said, nothing happens until something moves. Well, that guy is moving some stuff. Keep moving, Troy. You're the man.
But that was great. I'm glad you guys got initiated.
Yeah. And you guys did a great job.
You've been initiated to pool training, so
Yeah.
now you're.
And what was fun, people at you know, on the web, they're not going to be able to quite get but the little jockeying that was going on between you all.
Oh yeah,
was good.
you're competitive.
Yeah.
You know,
Family.
inner family
We were
dueling.
just-
But you guys did fantastic.
Even
You're-
underwater, it was like.
Yeah, we were
You
definitely.
guys are swimmers, and I can tell you guys have a comfort with
And we know
it.
and your
So-
brother too was.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
your brother.
And we miss you. And when we missed the young horse, we would have gladly stacked him up with a bunch of platters.
A lot of times we tell people that like we're not good surfers. You know,
Yeah.
we're able to have fun surfing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we get ourselves in situations where we might not should be there because
Yeah.
we're more comfortable in the water than your
Yeah.
typical surfer.
Than you
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
Well, you are from
So you-
Georgia.
Yeah.
No offense, but it might take you a little longer being from Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
but, you know, I always say the thing about surfing, it's just about having fun. People forget that. Everybody's always so worried about like how good this and that. I go, at the end of the day, if you're having fun and you're getting scared, then you're experiencing surfing.
There you go.
I like that.
Yep.
A lot of things resonated,
Yeah. Wow.
especially the getting scared part. I like wiping out better than surfing sometimes.
Well, we call that the ride after the ride.
He only likes wiping out if I'm watching him wipe out.
That's true. That's the
Well, you
same thing.
need
The
to
eyes,
witness.
yeah, the eyes on each other. Did you see how hard I hit that?
Yeah, everybody needs a witness to their crash. I call it the fine art of crashing, or the unappreciated art of crashing,
That's true.
which every athlete seems to be able to do. You know, in their given sport, you know, they learn how to crash well,
Yeah.
but you don't get rewarded, so it's not like you get honor for that.
And just on a side note, we brought Laird and Gabby some raw milk, and they had that rocket fuel waiting on
Oh,
us,
yeah.
Yes.
the espresso.
Yeah,
so
Laird, yeah,
we really combined
raw
that.
milk.
Not only does it help us suffer with each other, but the espresso kind of
Well,
helps
you know,
a little bit.
I have a theory about lactose intolerant. I just say people are homogenization and pasteurization intolerant. They're not. They're
Yeah.
not lactose intolerant.
Wow.
It's just an intolerance to pasteurization and homogenization. It's not an intolerance to milk. Milk's unbelievable. It's magic.
I think the youngest brother just shed a tear. He drinks 5 to 6 gallons of raw milk a week.
Well,
He's,
Oh my
he's
God.
Yeah.
runs on it. He's the milkman.
Yeah. There's a lot of power in that milk.
Laird said he actually puts that colostrum in his espresso from time to time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You just
Yeah.
don't want to
Oh,
be
yeah.
around him for the first hour after that, though.
Somebody said, one friend I train with goes, "You got to let me know when you're going to drink that because I'm gonna stay away from
Back
you
off.
because you got growth hormone and caffeine. That's a bad combo."
Seriously.
Or the perfect combo.
Or
to,
the perfect
to create
combo.
the
Yeah, depending on what
what's
you're trying
going
to
on
do.
here. All right.
Well,
I'm trying-
aloha.
Oh yeah, you know there's one friend. This is random. Our friend, this is your friend, dude. You should tell him, Timothy.
Alright, so I have a friend who he lives in Georgia, but he's like the Laird Hamilton of Georgia. He's like the Laird Hamilton of Georgia. He just paddles like all the lakes, you know, and he's like doing 360s on his paddleboard, or 180s, should I say. Anyway, he asked me to ask you to shout out his name. His name's Daniel Morgan.
Daniel Morgan. All right, here's a shout out to Daniel Morgan, the big guy. So big.
You the man.
Now you've got two people crying, Daniel and our
Go
brother.
big on the lakes, Daniel.
All right, awesome. We'll put a little.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Nice
We really
job.
appreciate
Yeah.
You did
us
great.
having here.
You did
You're
great.
welcome anytime,
Thank you.
gentlemen and scholars.
All right, we're here with Alyssa,
Hi.
and she's driving fast, of course, and making me nervous.
I'm not driving that fast.
She's paranoying her passengers. No, I'm paranoying myself, but
There you go.
hey, listen, she keeps talking about this bucket list that she has, and I hear people talk about bucket lists all the time, and I call them the bucket of shoulds. And these are all the things that you should on yourself in your life, that you should be doing. You should do this, you should do this. Look, the things that you really want to do, you shouldn't make them an obligatory task in your life, meaning like you shouldn't have to do them by obligation. Don't put these things in
Can
your
I
life as
just
an
say that
obligation.
it's not an obligation, it's a desire. It's a list of desires. I want to do these things for my life because I think that it would enhance my quality of life and be a good time in our like majestic, beautiful places that I'd like to see and things
she's-
I'd like to do.
She's using words like majestic for her side of the story.
It's not a should, it's a I want to.
All right, I appreciate that.
I got a lot, but I think.
I got something.
All right, I don't want to cut Timothy off.
Yeah, Dan. All right, Dan's a different story. We can talk about that later. But there's this art that so people want to know all the time what we've learned, what we've experienced on our travels, and I do believe that there's an art to traveling, and that a lot of times you just have the best plans are they're unplanned, the things that happen during if you put yourself out there with the intention to travel. I don't know, did you?
Yeah.
Danielle said that.
Yeah, give me credit back here. Give me that credit.
And I just think that if I would have tried to plan, if I would have had a bucket list, then I would not have enjoyed the experience as much as I have. We've just let things express themselves and fall in front of us, and then we've been able to fully appreciate and experience them.
Yeah, I guess a bucket list definitely goes against our philosophy of expecting nothing and experiencing everything, because really a lot of those times when you really plan for something to happen, you have a lot of expectations about how that will happen. And so all of a sudden this becomes a tricky situation, because if it doesn't happen exactly like you expected, then it seems like it takes away from the experience. Whereas when something just like falls into your lap, or you just randomly come upon this experience and it was no expectation, and just like, whoa, that was the most awesome thing on earth. That's my bucket list. I just want to keep experiencing stuff like that. And on another note, someone was like, somebody was talking about driving and how Alyssa was driving. Here's a comment from our last video, part of the comment from our last video. Timothy is talking on the phone / driving and eating ice cream at one point, and talking to the camera. Who was driving the car in that moment? You're beautiful. That could be all of you.
That's a great comment.
I kind of read that in a mixed up way, but I think that was from Retreat Chef, who I think is our friend Mohani, who always has some solid input for us. Thanks, Mohani.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Polivi. Yes. Oh yeah. So Daniel touched on it, but when you have a bucket list and you have like you're going bungee jumping, you've been planning this out like all your life that you're gonna go bungee jump at Grand Canyon or something like that. You have these expectations of how it's gonna pan out, how it's gonna play out, and when those expectations aren't met, nothing is left but a little bit of disappointment. I believe.
I'm gonna beg to differ in case you decide to put this on the vlog, that I think that it's not good to have expectations, because then you can be let down. So I agree with what the boys are saying. I'm merely saying that for those of us that don't necessarily live quite as freestyling lives as Timothy and Daniel here, that having a list of items that you want to do, I think is a good thing. I see them as goals, and I don't have expectations of how these trips are going to turn out, or how hot air ballooning or the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls or scuba diving is going to work out. I just know that I want to do them in some fashion or another, and I don't think that that's a bad thing.
No, you can't stand up for yourself on our vlog.
No, you don't. Never go against the RawBrahs.
No, we appreciate
Oh,
that.
I just went there.
You got to see both sides.
I just went there.
You know how we like to go there, even though you're not supposed to.
And oh yeah, I have a bucket list of too, but I just don't know what those things are. They just and so far a lot of them have happened in my life, and I had no idea that they were going to happen. I had no idea they were going to be what they were.
I don't know if this is for the vlog either, but sometimes I think things on bucket lists don't have to be a concrete thing. Like, something on my bucket list for the next year is do something I never thought I would do. So that could take pretty much a lot of forms. It could be hanging out yesterday and today with Daniel and Timothy, if you look at it like that. So
Got some stuff going on there. All right,
excuse me, I'm gonna try not to kill Daniel and Timothy.
This is getting dangerous.
Oh man, I was gonna tell you what my bucket list looked like. Let's just go to meet Laird and Gabby. I'll put that one on there.
This isn't
That's on my bucket list.
for the vlog. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be like concrete, you know? Something on my bucket list is do something I never thought I would do in the next year before I turn 27. So that could be a lot of things.
And I also wanted to say something to Alyssa.
Hey, this vlog's like 30 minutes long. Bro.
Yeah, we ought to put this on there.
Yeah, we'll put it all on there.
I love it all.
Okay.
They love it all.
That
Just don't distract her too much.
yeah.
Stay focused. Listen.
Daniel introduced this idea yesterday about how you could, if you wanted to, instead of trying to, like, your goal being to lose weight, to be happy, you could be this overweight, like, demonstration of someone that is happy with their overweight body, and I don't know, Dale said a bunch of different ways, but I just want to tell you, Alyssa, that I bet you've inspired so many girls that are overweight or slightly overweight. Like, I bet these girls look at you and they're like, wow, look how confident she is. Like, how is she so confident and still, like, overweight? And I bet you really have inspired tons of girls out there who are maybe going through some of the same issues that you are.
Thank you. Thank you, Timothy.
Because I think a lot of people, as crazy as this is, like, you know, listen, when we're running these retreats, and especially the retreats where people think there's like swimming involved, and if they don't have like this picture that like they think they're, for some reason, we don't care. Don't put pressure on us that you have to look perfect around us because we just so happen to be in shape. I'm sure you excel and shine in many ways that we don't. So this idea that you can't come on one of our retreats because you don't look like a perfect 10 in a bathing suit. No! You come on that retreat. And Alyssa came on a retreat, and she didn't necessarily believe that she had a perfect 10 body, but she came there and she faced her fears, and she, I think, thoroughly enjoyed herself and learned a lot from that experience.
And I played everything. I went way out of my comfort zone, went in a bathing suit, swam every time we swam, played football, played frisbee, learned how to throw a football, courtesy of Timothy. Did a lot of things, so it always feels better to participate than not.
And it carries over to the other things. Just because maybe I'm sitting around with having a conversation about a philosopher that I don't necessarily know as much about as they do, that doesn't mean I need to sit there like a stump on a log. I can still put my input in. People like it when you live out loud.
Yeah, and I think Alyssa was maybe one of the greatest forms of inspiration at our retreat. People saw her doing all these things, living outside of her comfort zone, and I'm sure they were thoroughly inspired. See, the RawBrahs don't run these retreats for us to inspire you solely. We create this environment. We allow other people to be inspired by everyone that's on the retreat.
It's a co-creation of inspiration and motivation for your transformation.
It served as a really good platform for me to do what I already set out to do myself.
Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang.
We're just trying to really stimulate ourselves before we meet up with Laird and Gabby because we want to be on point.
Yeah. All right, peace.
This is a classic fruit and fish scenario, starting off with the fruit.
Well, Laird and Gabby rocked our world, so now it's time for a post-workout. That bear diet.
I think they'd probably approve.
We got
of
the
this.
fish, fruit, and free. Ceviche is super legit. How's that?
Wow. Today is pretty much a perfect day to be at Neptune's Net. I mean, if you're looking for a healthy option as far as seafood, they serve completely raw seafood platters here, which me and Daniel got. That's freaking awesome.
Oh, well, that ours was partly steamed. Some of it was steamed.
Oh, it was steamed. Well, still steamed seafood. You can't beat it.
No.
And it's right, there's the only thing separating it from the ocean is one street, Highway 1. So it's hard to miss, right?
Good news.
Right on County Line surf break, beach.
And for all of you that are not trying to keep it healthy, or maybe you think fried food is healthy, whatever your thing is, they got that too. That look pretty tasty. We got some fried sweet potatoes, or I don't know if they were fried. Whatever they do with those sweet potato fries, what do they do with those? Other than make them delicious.
They were freaking good.
Oh, and then for the evening time, you know the RawBrahs don't like to have their happy hour until later in the day, but their beer selection was like that of a fancy beer store, or like a fancy liquor store. They had Yeti, they had all Daniel's favorite brews. Maybe not all of them. You know that 100% honesty. It's coming out.
So what did Benji offer us? He offered us a place to stay tonight?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Let's find out.
That was a solid meal.
You know that RawBrahs love that fish fruit free. You know it. That bear diet, baby.
I literally ate a mango, fish, and free. Fish, fruit, free.
Well, sweet potatoes fruit, Timothy, those are tubers.
Dude,
And what about the fried fat? You know what segment's coming? The RawBrahs street meet. It's where we meet someone from the street. Here she is. She likes my shoes and Timothy likes her shoes.
Just do a swap.
The question is, who is she? How do you know the RawBrahs here?
I know RawBrahs through a mutual friend and through your videos, of course, as well. And
Go get in there with her.
oh,
We'll have one bra with you. So.
Put a cup on your head. No, I'll put a cup on my head. People that were interviewing, I don't think they like me when I start messing with them.
Helicopter. Hold on.
Alexa, do you want to switch Atlas Life?
Noise pollution. Noise pollution. Blah 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 blog on. So yeah, she has a pretty interesting story of what she does. What is it that you're doing?
I do. I am the host and founder of Atlas Sliced, atlassliced.com, which is the only travel show serving up advice for how to live and work abroad. So if you're interested in working abroad, living abroad long term, becoming a travel writer, volunteer, just teacher, freelancer, anything you name it, Atlas Slice showcases really awesome people making travel work for themselves. So that's what I'm all about. Check it out. It just launched. We're gonna have some really cool guests on there, bloggers, freelancers, teachers, people from reality shows, you name it, it's gonna be on there.
T Mango, you think you'll make that show one day?
Hold that. I need to hold the wire there. That's all, you know, the RawBrahs are interested in that. Traveling abroad, how to afford it, how to live it, how to thrive off of it.
Well, well then it sounds like you guys will be a fantastic guest for Atlas Sliced.
I like the emphasis on the fan.
Fantastic.
And how was lunch here, by the way?
Lunch here was great. Lunch here, fish tacos all the way, but I mean, you guys had something else, which was also pretty good.
Awesome. ET touch. Good.
Oh,
Bam.
Bam.
We just had another breakthrough, guys. Are you ready? Vlog it. Vlog the breakthroughs. So basically, Alyssa told me a little bit earlier how she was interested in real estate, or she just kind of mentioned it offhand. And I was thinking, that's a pretty smart idea. And then later on, she had an intervention with me. She's like, Daniel, I just really want to tell you that I don't want to be like rich, beep, with Louis Vuitton bags, but I think of investing as more of a smart thing where I don't have to work in the future and have my money work for me. And then Timothy was just kind of touching on that, how it's funny. This made me realize that we're our own biggest critic. And the idea of trying to control what everyone thinks about you can be a very stressful idea. So you know what the RawBrahs say. We just say LOL. Live it out loud, laugh it out loud. Yep. You got something there?
Zachariah was big on that. Wild Zach man that we just met in Quiet, he lives off the land, blonde hair. He was big into that, just being who he was and not really trying not to care too much what other people thought by his actions, you know?
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not going to care about what people think about you. That's just human, but we can try not to. And I think by Alyssa expressing that, it was a step in maybe, oh, look at that. Well, I imagined he was thinking he was thinking positive things.
We're live.
The texts are coming in. We're live. We'll see what happens next. Beep. Oh, you want her to record all of it?
Sure.
All right. So I was returning my bison at Whole Foods. Long story. We'll just get to the point of this story. Yeah. She came up to me and told me what? What was that?
I said, it's my birthday, and I'm seeing a RawBrahs.
And then we figured out who it was, and they have actually made a song, a dedication to us, along with a few others now. This is a cool opportunity to thank them and wish her a happy birthday.
Definitely blessed. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate what you're doing. It's a lot of fun watching you guys get into
Yeah. I'll see. The audio is kind of bad. You got something, Timothy?
Yeah, this has become such a big part of our lives, but it's rare that we get to actually meet with, the people that are watching our videos or liking what we do. So that's cool.
We enjoy it, and we're not there 100%, but we're on that path. And yes, you guys inspire us, and all the raw food community does.
Yeah,
we enjoy it a lot. We're having fun.
We're getting healthy. We've
Yes.
lost about 100 pounds together.
Oh, really?
Y'all lost 100 pounds together. Wow, that's awesome.
And we're still going.
Yes, we are.
That is awesome.
50 plus, so we're working on it.
And where do the RawBrahs help you the most on that? Is there like a certain...
Eating right, lots of fruits and veg.
Yeah, the fruit thing, letting people know that it's okay to eat the fruit. You don't have to, it's not bad for you, because you hear a lot of people say, well, if you're diabetic, if you're this, you can't eat the fruit, it's too sugary, it's all this, but you guys are out there doing it and just pounding that stuff and all the exercise and everything you guys do, that's inspirational too.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Crazy
athletics,
antics.
the athletics, you guys are jumping and climbing and all that stuff. We
That looks
enjoy
so
it.
much fun.
Yeah,
So much
that's it. They're just enjoying life.
Cool. Well,
Enjoying
one more
life.
birthday hug?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Look who it is. It's our blogging inspiration. There he is. And Alyssa. Woo!
I just met her and she told me she lost 100 pounds and she's gonna try to lose another 100 pounds. I think that's an inspiration to the world. She's not stopping. She's going. I have a friend that's trying to lose 100 pounds right now. He's only on 30 pounds and I think this is awesome stuff.
And just in case you don't know who this guy is, Timothy, why don't you tell him?
Benji from BenjiManTV.
Yeah.
He's a T-Man too.
He's the reason why you guys are seeing these vlogs.
Thank you.
He inspired us. Him and Judy inspired us to do it.
Yeah. My beautiful wife, the superstar.
He was a motivation and inspiration for our transformation to the RawBrahs vloggers. All right, guys. So we're at the Venice Whole Foods. You know what happens there? It's like, this is the place where all the synchronicities fall in line. And Timothy, what happened here?
I like to call it Town Square.
Town Square, yeah.
I think it was like several months, if not a whole year ago, where we met you at the pool.
Yeah, the pool.
Springs.
Austin,
Deep Eddy.
Texas.
Deep Eddy Pool in Austin.
Right.
And I think we saw you because this kid's ripped up, like super ripped up, and we wanted to get him on one of our videos. So here he is, just now you're on a video.
Yeah, now I'm here, you know, it's just in the flow, and I'm here in Venice. I spend my summers in Venice, so I saw this guy from a distance, and I recognized him, came up to him, and here we are, you know? I love how life works.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
You know, birds of a feather, kind of, you know?
I think Austin and Austin and Venice are kind of similar in that way. You just like keep running into people.
Definitely.
They are from some other connection or somewhere.
Good energy, very health conscious, and, you know, nice weather.
Yeah.
Just doing what we do.
See, mango's got a mango.
Don't eat these unripe mangoes. Just throw them. I don't know.
Alright, Raw Bros and Raw Sisters, help us help you and like this video, subscribe to our channel, share the video, and remember that life is just way too short to be doing anything you don't love. We love you. And go ahead and over to our Facebook at facebook.com/RawBrahs.